Welcome to round number 1 of the semifinals of the Beef Tournament. We have the Beef and we have 3DB playing up against IAmAvely. French versus Delhi. It should be a good matchup for you. This will be a best of 5 series with the winner moving on to what will be a best of 7 finals. This Beef Tournament hosted by Chewbacca and the community. Thank you so much for putting this on. Let's see what we got here. This looks like a dry Arabia if I've ever seen one. Looks like Avely doing the mosque mill opening with Delhi. I don't think he's going for wood. Sometimes you see a lumber camp and some chopping for wood. He's going to go straight for those berries. Yep, okay, so he's got the berries. He's going to get his wheelbarrow in queue. Click it, click it, click it, click it. He's got his mosque going on there, dropping a house. And then going for the mining camp. Okay, so very clean opening there for the Delhi Sultanate. New villagers appear to be going towards the sheep. He did not go for a second scout from what I'm seeing so far. Let's go see what 3DB's up to. Playing as the French. He has got just got 7 on food, 2 on gold, now 8 on food. So pretty typical French opening. He's got his gold vein there in the back of his base, walking those sheep back in. Always a good way to maximize your scout's time is don't walk the sheep back with the scout. Have the sheep, once they're close enough, walk them back in. But don't go from too far away. They might get stolen. And if you didn't know why this is called the Beef Tournament, well. 3DB was a qualified Red Bull Wolo player. He had won tournaments and was going to be playing in Heidelberg. And then the admins hit us with some big news at the beginning of about September, I think it was, that 3DB had been disqualified on grounds of rule breaking or exploitation or whatever. It's kind of ambiguous exactly what happened. We didn't really get to see it for ourselves, but they apparently deemed him disqualified on grounds of cheating. He has thus since been streaming like every day. He has a second camera set up, and he even got to rank number 1 on the regular ladder. So trying to say like, hey, this is me, I'm really good, but it doesn't discount the fact that maybe he did cheat before. I don't know. I haven't seen decisive evidence that he did or did not cheat personally. But either way, he is not playing in Red Bull Wolo. And then he made this hashtag beef for Wololo, and it looks like beef or Wololo, and people start talking about beef. And then Chewbacca made the Beef Tournament, which this is his first tournament appearance, I think, since the disqualification. So a lot of people have been rallying behind B, regardless of whatever happened. I mean, I really hope he hasn't. I hope, just for the fact of I like seeing high-level players, that he wasn't cheating. I can't know for sure, but always has crazy plays, is clearly very, very good, and hope him some success here today. But Avely going up against him is probably the underdog in today's matchup. And there you go. You can always bet once I do my explanation of the Beef Tournament that chat will start. The conspiracy theories will get rolling and all that. But we're just here to watch some good clean Age of Empires today. Looks like Dome of Fate, so no, not going to be a Tower of Victory for Avely, which is usually B's option. Yeah, the AoE lore. Yeah, we'll do a whole podcast on it eventually. Speaking of crazy other content, today I have kicked off our Age of Empires hot tub stream donation goal. I'm trying to get one of those inflatable hot tubs, so we've got a Ko-fi link in the chat, and we're going to try to do it. Bring you Age of Empires live from a hot tub. I think there's just a lot of untapped potential that could be there. I don't think anybody's cornered the market on Age of Empires hot tub streaming yet, so we'll see if we can get there. We're working on it. So thanks for helping me make my dreams a reality. Okay, it looks like B is going to be going for a second town center right away. He's got a lot of villagers heading towards stone. Will he train up a knight or a horseman or anything? Now, hold on a second. It shows the training there, but I don't see anything training. What is going on here? Is this... Maybe it just doesn't show up on the building. Oh, I guess because of the way this observer UI works. I expected to see it here, but okay, it shows up there. If you're wondering what this observer UI we're using, this is the improved UI made by Kush AoE, which is a mod you can download in the I don't know if you call it the mod library, whatever, in the main menu, and it's very great. It's got all of the resources up here. You can see, like, this means one villager's training. He has 22 villagers, so the top left is what's being trained right now, and a very nice UI. There's some other statistics over here, which we have not found to be wildly helpful. Chat's usually said, let's turn those off. So that's that. But by the way, a very cool UI, of course. With the anniversary update on October the 25th, we will have the Capture Age version of the UI there with that when we get the Ottomans and the Malians. So we've seen some previews of that, but not a lot of people playing on the pup right now, other than the pros, and their games are all hidden. Secrets. But here comes the knight! Will he be able to pick one off? Avely getting a nice pull there. He was able to escape the wrath of the Royal Knight and will live another day. Yeah, I'm really working on my spinning camera angles. What do you guys, is that Hollywood quality right there? Oh my gosh, the spearman, he chases him. I'm gonna get dizzy. I don't know if I keep doing that. That's a pretty good spin. Spin to win. Trying to get the, look at this. It's a little cat and mouse game. Villager did take a hit. Now look at this. Avely actually opened up and got textiles right away, which gives the villagers additional 25 HP. So you see they have 75 HP. They typically have 50, and that can really add up when you have these night raids coming in. So it's nice to have that additional HP. You can survive longer. Okay, here comes the spearman, chasing him down. Okay, he's got a horsery range and a barracks. Wouldn't it be cooler instead of stable? This is a horsery range. That's what we call it. We're goofy. That means we've casted too many games of Age of Empires. We're starting to rename things. Dealing with Faith, making those cheap scholars. Okay. So, one thing that's going to be interesting to watch here. Avely, being a very good player, but I know because Avely was here in our chat before we started, he's nervous about this matchup. I don't blame him. And sometimes when players play against players that they think are much higher skilled than them, sometimes you play weird. Maybe you play too defensive because you're just really worried that, you know, a raid's going to come in, I'm going to get behind, like I can't afford to lose it. Then you got players that go the opposite direction where they just go all out aggressive because they think, well, I got to try to beat them early. I don't want to go in the late game. But it'll be kind of interesting to see how Avely plays this. So far, it doesn't seem to be flinched. He was able to defend back at home. I mean, he did go for textiles right away. I'm not sure if you typically get that like first, but I don't hate it. He brought the spearman out. Looks like he killed a wolf there, but where is he? Oh, he's going to start walling up the sacred site. Now, this is trademark B. This is what he does all the time. He builds forward town centers. He loves to do this. He particularly likes to do them when he's playing against Delhi, nearby to the sacred site. So he's got the boar. He's got 2 tree lines. He's near the sacred site. This is a beautiful place for him to try to deny that from the Delhi Sultanate. Knight coming in, going to pick off the horseman. A nice little move there. He didn't want to engage the spearman. Kills that horseman. Now he's going to run away. The horseman will continue to chase him as the horseman does have a slightly faster speed than the knight. So sometimes when you have the horseman spearman composition, it can work out since you can keep catching those knights, and when the second they stop to try to fight you, you got your spearman there. Now let's see if B's adding any archers. He has 1-2 archery ranges and a barracks. This will be the 1-1-1 composition. You ever hear that? It's because they're making spearmen, they're making archers, they're making cav. Okay, the first sacred site going to be controlled for Avely. Nice. Okay. So a good start so far. The bigger issue is, okay, we've got what, 1 town center sacred site versus 2 town center. 2 towns. Not only that, French town centers. So they train their villagers a little bit faster through the ages. It's a civilization bonus for the French. Grabbing that northwest sacred site now. Going to be trying to wall it up. We do have some spooky music playing for you because it's October. I'm throwing a giant Halloween party next week. I'm going to be what am I going to be? Oh, I'm going to be a vampire. Yes. I got this like vampire coat with tails. It's going to be So yeah, it's playing spooky music all week. Got scary lights on stream as well. I love Halloween. It's just my favorite month. It's also my birthday month, so maybe that's part of it. I don't know. I just have always loved the fall. Okay. Oh, he's trying to escape. Will he get away? The knights are charging in. He didn't get the charge. It looks like he escaped with that. That spearman didn't make it. Okay. So that sacred site has been, well, he had it, but it's going to get neutralized now. Can he match up with this? Looks like there's 11 archers right now, 9 horsemen. I think AmAvely could actually push this right now. There's only 2 spearmen. This composition does okay until a bunch of spearmen get in here, because the spearmen are going to hard counter though. Oh, this is not good. His scholar's getting caught up on the back line. He wants to be healing with those. Ideally, one scholar goes down. The horseman going to charge in. He's got spearmen on the front trying to brace. B micro is back. It's the spearmen on top of the green horseman. The green spearman still not getting to those knights yet, but it looks like he gets a big blob here, and we've got scholars on the back line doing some healing. 3 scholars doing that, and a scrappy fight for sure, but I think AmAvely is going to come out ahead. He is healing his units. Didn't lose a ton of units there. And B, microing backwards, so a nice fight for AmAvely. A lot of carnage there. I think both sides had some losses, but with the help of those scholars, as I kind of mentioned, like before the spearman count got too high for the French, was a good time for him to take that fight. It gets harder if there becomes a big spearman mass if you're not having archers in your composition. Let's see if he's going to add any archers. Okay, he is doing that. You see he has scholars garrison each one of these. So he researched efficient production at the mosque, and it allows you so you can garrison them inside your military building, so there's scholars inside there, and it cuts the time in half. So these are basically the power of 2 barracks, 2 stables, 2 archer ranges. This is how you can think about it when you see this. Of course, you got to have the eco to keep that up. You see his food and wood quite low, but macro is going good so far. Another fight coming up. We've got some horsemen microing around, trying to get on top of those archers. He did maintain that second sacred site, by the way, so 2 sacred sites still under control. He's going to jam everything in there. We've got scholars handing out healing. They've got plenty of HP. They're going to help keep that Delhi army alive. B has been microing those archers back, but it looks like AmAvely will have yet another, what seems to be a good fight against the French. Looking at the villager count right now is what's more concerning, though, because we got 2 town centers for B, 37 villas for AmAvely, 58 for 3DB. So B can afford to take these, I would say, less than favorable trades at times, because B is going to have the eco behind this over time. But AmAvely does have 2 sacred sites, generating some gold from him. See him using that scholar healing. It's so powerful to take this fight. But now he doesn't have any spearmen. It's really hard to take out these knights. And now his army is starting to crumble, and the archers are trying to pick off those scholars. And with the scholars down, that's been what's really helped him with each of these battles. Some spearmen on the backline, but those that archer count has been growing, losing a lot of horsemen. AmAvely might be running out of steam, and I think B maybe knew, like, he knew where his eco position stood. By the way, a little bit of a cheeky B move. We don't know what that was going on there. Maybe he's going to do a tower. Very typical of him. But right now, horsemen trying to get on top of those archers, but archers in number, they can put some damage on the horsemen, but a little back and forth. He brought some more scholars out. I think he might have ungarrisoned all of his scholars. He did, so no more efficient production going on there. He does have a market, so I think he's been trading some of that gold he's been generating for the food and wood, which has helped keep his eco on track to sustain the military production. Again, that villager difference keeps growing. 60 for B, 41 for AmAvely. And right now, scholars being picked off. This is going to be challenging for AmAvely, recovering from a situation like this. I don't know if it's a difficult matchup. I don't know if his answer was to maybe hit some raids or drop a second town center of his own maybe in this matchup. But you've got to anticipate that the French are probably going to TC. I would imagine he's maybe even scouted that. But you just don't even need to. You just kind of know it's typically happening. Okay, so AmAvely, he's got 4 scholars there, some horsemen. Looks like the deer are running out. It does look like we've got some towers that B has been building on the deer and the berries, which is really going to make AmAvely quite hungry, because where is he going to gather food? He does have this berry patch right there. That's up for grabs. But these sacred sites are starting to be attacked. Oh boy, this is going to be a very challenging situation. I've got chat asking, how much are scholars? Well, with the Dome of Faith, they are 90 gold. Yes, 90 gold. Okay. Poor AmAvely. So he has actually even built a few farms here. It looks like he's throwing down some stables. Yeah, I think the issue is going to be that B's eco is just kind of spiraling out of control in a bad way for AmAvely. He's also denying natural res for AmAvely, making him switch to farms, move off of there. I mean, he is trying to get the berries. I wouldn't be surprised if B brings a larger force over here next just to completely shut down this food gathering operation. One thing I always notice when I'm observing B is he knows, I mean, everybody knows this, but he does it better than anyone that I see. He targets those food sources relentlessly. I mean, look at this. He didn't need to, I mean, he was already kind of winning the military. He didn't need to come drop towers on the other side of the map with 7 villagers, but he knows it's like, okay, there's the deer, there's the berries. He understands like how much res is there, and that can really hurt an opponent. I see B typically prolong going to farms till quite late. His goal being like, okay, I'm going to take over this, and then I'm going to gather your berries, and I'm going to gather your deer. And even bringing the villagers in right now, that's probably exactly what we're going to see. He's going to drop another tower down. Probably no farms back at home for him. Nope, he's just still out on the map. Okay, Avely has just moved to take that middle sacred site, but at the same time, losing 3 villagers on his flank, and more importantly, the food source there. That French army looking quite strong. I'm trying to see what upgrades he has. It looks like he's got his +1 there, but does not have any range techs yet. Looks like he was trying to hit a raid, but he came up with nothing there. Nothing there. Looks like the deer in the back of the base for B. Back gold, back deer. You gotta be pretty happy if you're a French player getting a seed like this. Okay, B gonna be pressing the offensive. Knights pushing in along with spearmen and archers. Picks off a villager there on the front. Actually, it might have survived somehow. A miracle. Or just evaporated, I don't know. Villagers running the wrong way. I think it's because he knew getting that town center to be hard. He actually dodges. Surprising, didn't expect him to get that, but it looks like he's gonna escape that. He runs 21 villagers, playing a little cat and mouse right now, and it's working out for Avely. I mean, it's a lot of idle time, which is still damage done. Okay, over here we got these stone outposts with arrow slits on top of the berries. I told you he's gonna take his enemy's food. Yes, he's watched, you know, ancient battles, these long sieges. They were ended by starving out cities, not necessarily always, you know, sieging down the front gate. Okay, he's chasing down B's army. Delhi Mass looking pretty good. He might be actually able to do okay in this fight. B really needs to pick off those spearmen so his knights can take this engagement. But this is quite the death ball going on right now, and a lot of scholars behind this. The spearman brace, that's a good trade there for B. We see the knights charging in. He needs to just jam the spearman in there. The archer's trying to this is just chaos. I don't know who's microing onto what. I think the archers look like they're trying to pick off the spearmen still. Scholars still have plenty of HP as they am healing. Villager's going to come in the game. This is the drone pool. This is the all-in. He's going to get in there. The SCVs are coming. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. Those knights are just so strong, and as those spearmen numbers start to diminish, it becomes a harder fight to win. Villagers also in there, lending their knives, but it looks like the scholars have been falling, and I think those knights were just going to be too much for the H2 Delhi Sultanate, and Avely taps out 3DB, taking round number 1 of the semifinals. It is a best of 5, so don't you go nowhere. If you are watching this over on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave me some comments below. Let me know, do you support the AoE 4 hot tub stream agenda? And I'll see you guys in the next one.